All right, now let's talk to the camera, okay? Welcome back to Whatever Garage. In this episode, we're gonna put back together the 81 Corvette's motor and stuff it in the 79 Corvette. Not sure how long this is gonna take, but we have all the parts now, and I'm over being butthurt about it being destroyed. Well, not destroyed, but broken, messed up, screwed up, whatever. Let's get started. Now, as many of you may recall, this is the motor that was in the 81 Corvette when I bought it. And she ran great up until she didn't. And it was my fault, obviously, for not tuning it correctly or timing it correctly. And then it snapped a head, or broke a head, cracked a head. That's it, cracked a head. So since then, I have procured different heads. These are off of an LT1, and I hope they work. I know they have a steam port that I think I have to close off. I need to figure that one out first. I got to do some research. Haven't done any. If any of y'all know, please let me know. The only thing that we have to do that I've never done before is, I forgot which one it is. Well, if I flip them over, I'll know when I look at them. Is we have to replace one piston, okay? The rod is fine, it's just the piston head itself is beat all to crap. Let's see if we can figure out which one it is. Didn't we say it was 5? No, not 5. Maybe 6. There we go. It's number 6. All right, come on, don't get the stuff mixed up. Keep it separated. Yeah, number 6 is beat all to crap. So, instead of buying a complete new rebuild kit, I did the next best thing. And I did buy all new bearings. I did buy a new piston, singular, and something else. I don't know what else. But we have heads and we have all the gaskets we'll need. I've had these 2 boxes in here for so long I forgot what's in them. I know one of them's piston. This has got to be the piston. Ooh, a magnet. We love the magnets. Rings. New set of rings. Did I get them for all of them? No, just got them for the one piston. Because if you remember, this motor, when I got it, only had about 3,000 miles on it. I don't know how many I've put on it since I've had it. I'm gonna guess between 500 and 700 maybe, at the most. So yeah, I think everything else is fine. There were no metal shavings in the oil. No fragments that I could find anywhere, so I think we're good. All right, what is this? Pairs, pairs, pairs. These are, or should be, all the bearings. Yes, these are all the rod bearings for every one of them. I got new ones for every one. Oh, another magnet. Oh, that's a Buick, nice. Wow, I got a lot of bearings. Hopefully I got the right amount. And what is this? This should be our new piston head. Let's look at it and see if it's okay. And after I did all this, I remembered something. I have another motor in the other garage with a cracked block, but all its internals are fine. So I guess I didn't need to order all this crap. I could have just used one of the other pistons from over there and thrown it in here. Because we're not building a high dollar motor here, okay? We're just building something to get the other Corvette mobile. Well, and drivable. Oh, isn't she a beaut? And she's standard. Oh, she came with rings. Well, that was a waste of money. You have to excuse me. Never had a new one before. All right. Let's compare her. The only difference is she's got a divot right here where these don't. That is the only difference that I see. Okay? I'm sorry. Show y'all. Now, her skirting on the side is different. You see? Not much. I don't think it's enough to make a difference. Like I would really know. Not a mechanic, remember? I'm a lot of things that I'm not. Not a mechanic, not a carpenter, not an electrician. I'm not a stereo guy. I'm a lot of things I'm not. Or I'm not a lot of things, you know what I mean. Wait a minute, that one has a number on it. Let me see if this has a number on it. It does, but who knows what they mean. This is a factory. I'm assuming it's from the factory. Okay, done babbling. So, there's all the parts. Let's clean this up and start slapping it together. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hone each cylinder, but before we can do that, we need to remove the crankshaft. Come on. Ugh. All right, so what we need, 5/8 bolts. Is that your guess? Hey, where'd my pin go? I don't have my pin to go in here. All right, let's get started. And you know what? We should probably start in the middle and wind our way out like we're supposed to do, I do believe. Can anybody tell me? I think I'm right here. Ah, that did not feel tight. But what do I know? I don't know the actual torque specs at this moment. I have not looked them up since taking them off, not going on. All right, I should have remembered, but I didn't, to take off the harmonic balancer. So we're gonna do it now, along with the timing cover. That's what happens when you put stuff on the back burner and you go back to it, you forget what you gotta do and in what order. I didn't think about this until last night. We were gonna do it today. Because we're still waiting on parts for the Corvette, the 81. They should have been here 2 days ago, and now they're still not going to get here until tomorrow, supposedly. Need a 9/16. Ooh, I'm running out of room over here. Now, to get this off, I need to do something other than this, probably. All right, broke out the harmonic balancer puller, 3/4 wrench. Could I use the impact? Yes, but I don't want to. Let me put this back in here. Let's just give her the resistance. Had I taken this out originally like I should have, I wouldn't have to worry about that. All right, we've caught back up. Should I take the flywheel off or the flex plate? I don't know. I'm trying to save me some time here. How much time will it save me? None. Because it has to come off in order to take this off. I just realized that. Dummy. Well, that's gonna have to be cleaned out now. Look, you're almost there. Almost there you go. Oh, I hear somebody talking. Why am I hearing somebody talking? Is there one on top too, or is that it? Nope, there's one up down there too. And here I thought I was just gonna pop out here and just take out the crankshaft and start honing. All right, I'm gonna wanna go ahead and order a new timing chain. I'm not sure if that's loose, should be tighter, but since we're in here, we might as well, right? All right, let's pop this out. All right, hopefully you guys can't hear it that well. The guy with the machine out there, it's an entrenching tool. He's burying the cable. Oops, here we go again. I don't know if you remember, a couple weeks ago, we had them digging up my yard to put in the new fiber optics, you know, that I was really happy about. And, well, we decided to go with them because they were a hell of a lot cheaper and they got a faster internet. So my neighbor's having his yard dug up right now while they put the cable in. And then next they're gonna do mine in the front. Alrighty, there we go, one timing chain. Am I taking the camshaft out? I don't plan on it, I really don't. So that means I have to put it back in. But if I'm honing this, I don't need to risk nicking it, do I? Will it hit it? I don't think it'll hit it. I think we're good. You know what? This does have to come out because those studs are on there. Where's the hammer? I'm not sure if I ordered those. Good time to check, wouldn't it? All right, she's out. And before I go start popping off these, I need to compare them to the ones I already have. The new ones, make sure we're putting the right stuff in. And I'm gonna clean all of this out so we know that we're starting off fresh. Flashlight. Would y'all like to look inside? All right, hang on. Would you like to guess as to which cylinder was the one that was messed up? Yeah, that was it. Good guess. These are roller lifters. As opposed to flat tappet, excuse me. Those look like rollers. All right, there's your rod for the fuel pump. I mean, everything looks fine, but of course, you know, I don't know what I'm looking at. Why does that have shit all over it? I see chunks of little bits in here. And it's carbon and probably dust. So we need to clean all of this stuff out. Let's get to work. All right, I thought about it for a minute, and I think I want to hone it before I clean anything. That way we only have to have one good cleaning after I hone it. How's that sound? already greased it up once. I'm greasing it up again. Give you all a good view of it. It's messy, so you might get something on the lens. Anything on the lens? No, looks all right. Now this rag is getting pretty dirty, so it's not going to get all the dirt out of it yet. I'm going to have to clean it several times. But just to give you an idea, I mean, look at that. She's beautiful. But you again from this angle. That's what they look like after I did them, okay? Nice little hatch marks. They're not cleaned yet, okay? Don't get me wrong, they're not clean. All right, and which one was it? This one. This is the one that had the meltdown. Still got a couple scratches in it, but I'm not gonna hone it down anymore because then I'm gonna have to get a different size bearing. Bearing? Piston, thank you. I just noticed this one had a scratch in it. It obviously wasn't enough for me to notice. But I mean, if you look at it, it looks beautiful. Still dirty, obviously. Now we're gonna commence cleaning everything. I don't know if you remember before, I was wondering if this was an original camshaft or some aftermarket. And on here it says 071 FM25, and then if you flip it around, it says 23800R. On the other end is nothing. So I'd be interested to look up those numbers to see if they can tell me who, what, when, where, and how. Or you guys look it up and tell me. I'd love to hear from you. All right. See? I can't see the back screen. Here we go. See, we got roller lifters, roller rockers. What do you want to call them? They're lifters. They're not flat tappet. If I am even talking about the right shit, if I know what I'm talking about. I could be just talking out my ass. But y'all are used to that. Okay. And to add to the list of things that I am not a machinist. No, I'm not. All right, I got some air so we can blow out the passages. Let's go ahead and take the rest of the bearings off. Oh, this one just didn't want to push out. It says GM. Like the aftermarkets you get are marked standard or 0.10 or whatever. You say GM Clemex 0006 US. The other two fell out. This one did not. There we go. Just had to come over. See what this says. This one says 001 US. GM Clemex also. The other side just has, I'm assuming, model numbers and whatever other numbers. Nothing that would look like a, to say whether it was over or under, that kind of thing. Now, I'm curious. Let's see where this is going to blow out at. Oh, just straight down, really. Oh, that's just a deadhead screw hole. Where's that go? That comes to here. We're gonna start degreasing this booger. I guess I should probably get on the other side of you guys so you can see. Cleaned the camshaft, re-greased it, stuffed her back in, put the end plate on. What else have I done? Cleaned up all the underneath. I think you saw that. We're back on the top now. What I want to do is clean out the valley here. First thing I need to do is take off this. She's really down with some pressure. You got all the dog bones on here. I need to clean them off individually. All right, try that again. That is what it looks like. Now, that's what it's going back as. All right, I'm gonna put you on fast forward because this is boring. All right, it's next day. I just want to look through here and see how well we cleaned these yesterday, if they need to be done more. All right. Still a little bit of dirt. Yeah, I'd say I still got some more cleaning to do. Yep, a couple more times. All right. What we'll do is we'll spray it down one more time, wipe it out, and then we'll oil it up. All right, we're gonna put the new bearings in. Start with this half. We already have the cylinders are cleaned and oiled, and the camshaft is greased and reinserted. There we go. Beautimus. Make sure the holes line up, and they do. Not pushing them in yet, I'm just putting them where they need to go. All right, those are those. Those are those. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, just for verification, I want to look at this. This is the one off the front. Exact same size. Okay, I was just checking. All right, all the new bearings are in place. Let's grease that up and then put on the crankshaft. That'll make a great robot one day. Better to have more than less, I guess. Front, back. Move fingers. Something's not right. Yeah, me. Definitely got to go to the store today and get more of this. I'm actually surprised I had enough for this. I might have enough for that and one piston. Hey, I can actually count. All right, make sure you can still turn. Ouch, my fingers. Yeah, she still turns just fine. All right, now we're gonna snug the bolts, just get them seated. We're not gonna tighten them yet. Okay, the bolts are in. They're not tight yet. I put oil, 30 weight oil on the threads, put them in. They're just seated, so now it's time to torque them down. Now here's my question. How in the hell am I supposed to torque down these big ones when all I have a deep well, but not enough to go over it? That is a good question. I just looked at that. I need an extension for this. Now, I'm not doing the max one yet. I'm just getting them seated, so I'm gonna do 30 pounds first. Is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know, but it's what I'm doing. All right. And the one thing I should have been doing this whole time is making sure she still spins. Yep, she does. All right, so we hit that and hit this. No binding, we're good so far. All right. Now, from what I read, it said with these, it's 65 on the outside, 70 on the inside. But I could be wrong. I looked at several different ones and they all three told me different things. So I think as long as we're in the ballpark, we should be good. So we work. I just keep throwing that shit. Ugh. It obviously doesn't fit this. All right, so let's up our game here to, we were at 30, let's go 45. All right, just for memory's sake, I'm gonna look it up again to make sure I'm doing them all right. All right, again, that's what it says, 65 and 70. She still moves quite well. All right, I think we're good. If I'm wrong, you guys will let me know, I'm sure. Now, when I was editing the video last night, I noticed something. At least I thought I noticed something. I did notice something. This piston is different than that piston. Is that going to make a difference? These are obviously for bigger valves. I would have to say, yeah, it is. So let's sit them there for right this second. Ah, man, my good calipers, the batteries are dead in them. Let me see something. Hold that thought. And this is out of the LT1. Does not match that one, but matches this one. What about in size? And in size. These rods look slightly different. Oh, it's because they're side. Okay, no, they look the exact same. I just had them turned over. All right, so what do we do? Do we take this off the LT1 and then worry about the LT1 later? And if so, okay. I believe that's a standard size head. I didn't see any markings on it, and it did match up. Now, the bearings on the other hand, I don't know. They're over there. Let me go look at them. Again, like the bearings that came out of here, they just say GM and some numbers, but not the numbers you would look for to determine size. It says GM-45, and then there's a long number, which I assume is a part number, and then 320F41. All right, that's what that says. The ones we just took out of here, let's look at their part number and compare. Right here. And these say that they need to be cleaned. And these don't say anything closely related, but they also don't say, you know, whether they're undersized, oversized, whatever. All right. I guess we're going with the LT1. She is going to replace this one. Looks the same, just needs to be cleaned up. Wait a minute. Let's look at the rings. The only marking I see on there is the dot, so I don't know. So let's do this. Take that one, and then let's take this one, because it's got to get replaced anyway. Nothing on that one. And they look the exact same size. Okay? I think we're good, guys. So, we're using you and you. Wait a second. You go back in here because we're replacing the one that got ate up. That's what we're doing. See, we're replacing this one. Just so you know what we're doing. That ring will never come out of there because this thing's beat down and crushed it. It's actually cracked it. Rod looks the same length, same style. We're going for it, guys, going for it. I cleaned up and re-ringed this one, and she is going to go in the one we're replacing, obviously. All I need is just a little leverage. There we go. All right, already oiled. She goes back into number 5 because that's where she was originally taken from. Oh, follow the arrows. This one has an arrow on it pointing this way. Well, she goes in, so that's a plus already. Let me get my hammer. Where's the orange one? Oh, right there. It doesn't have the wooden end, so I feel better bunking this one in. Presto changeo. She's in O. All righto. That was 6, not 5. Duh, I keep saying that. That was 6, not 5. All right, if you could not tell, it is the next day. I massively screwed up yesterday at the end of the day, so I called it quits. Went to the store and got some more assembly lube, not grease, lube. See, now this one says assembly lube also. I was thinking it was just grease. I was wrong. And I got some more of this to do the China wall once we get to it. But what I did yesterday, y'all are gonna love this. I got excited and I started putting the pistons in, and once it came time to connect them under here to the crankshaft, I realized I didn't put a single bearing in them. So I took them all back out and I quit for the day because it was getting hot in here. I now have, if you'll want to focus in on this, zoom in. I'm talking to myself when I edit. New bearings, ready to go. So what we're going to do this time, instead of me getting all excited and putting all 4 in, it was actually more work to get them to line up and connect. So one at a time. So let's get started on that. Let me get some gloves. Yesterday afternoon, a bunch of parts came in for the Corvette. So next video, we will be back on the Corvette, getting her ready so we can start cruising. I have places to go and nobody to see. All right, so first off, let's get her back over. Come here. There we go. That's right, I did put them in there yesterday, so I did lube them a little bit and then it took it off. And it's already in the 90s. I got started late today because I was being lazy. I did not want to get up. But I did it for y'all. Because let me tell you, if I didn't have to do videos to show y'all, I would not get half as much done as I normally do, as I would have with y'all. I'm telling you, both cars would probably still be sitting here on jack stands. All right, she's oiled up. Let's get number 2. Haha, I don't want to call it number 1 because we're on the odd side, remember? Or the even side. So this is number 2. She does have an arrow pointing that way, and that is the front, so we're good. All right, now, I was having fun with this yesterday. Where's my tool? Things have gotten a little messy. I know there are other devices to use. I like this one. Don't ask me why. Once you figure out how to use it, it works. The key is to get it all even around here. And you know what? That's where I made my mistake yesterday. I need my adjustments on top. You should make sure you don't pinch yourself into it. The magic touch, just tap her in. Ta-da! Let's flip her over. Flip her. I said flip. Ugh. Remember what I said about getting the automatic one? Yeah, maybe I should do that. Okay, now she's not gonna fall out. There's enough pressure on it. Let's get her main bearing, or her cap, excuse me. Are these directional? Yes, same shape. Got it. There we go. Now, all we're gonna do is snug them up until we can get all of them in there and turned over, okay? And I think what I'm gonna do is I will go to fast forward so I don't bore y'all to death. Number 4 cylinder in, and the bearing kept popping off as I was getting down here, and I couldn't figure out why. I was doing everything the exact same as I'd been doing the other 5. Well, come here and look. What do you see that's a little different? Yeah, that is supposed to be facing that way. Got a little ahead of myself. All right, I don't know how much you could tell during that, but we had a couple of issues. We had a couple of pistons that wouldn't go all the way in because the bearing kept slipping once it hit the crank. So had to be a little meticulous on that, but it works. Everything turns. See? We're good. Oh yeah, now I gotta tighten them all. So we gotta look up torque specs and I'm gonna torque them. And then I will be done for now because it's hot as hell in here. That air conditioner's not working very well. That would be my next investment. All right, I looked up the torque specs. It says 38 to 45. What I also looked at was the sequence. And you start with the middle ones. Oh, great. No, never mind. Oh, you know what? I was looking at the wrong shit. I was looking at the main caps. We've already done those. I needed to look at the rod caps. That's what I started off looking at, but it changed it to something else. I'm just gonna start in the middle and clockwise my ass out. How's that sound? All right. It is the next day. It got too hot for me. I quit. But we're in between rainstorms right now, so you still may hear some pinging on the roof. We've had massive amounts of rain in the last 24 hours. It's unreal. But anyway, back to business. So yesterday, once I got all the rods connected, I tightened up this one first, and spec said 38 to 45 foot-pounds. I did 38, and when I did 38, it would not spin. I took it apart, looked at it, everything looked fine, put it back together, and decided to creep up on it. So everything's done at 25, and at 25, she rotates, okay? Just fine. So now I'm gonna try and do 30 and see where it goes from there, okay? I'll put you on fast forward for that unless we come up with another problem. All right, we were successful. It's at 38 foot-pounds and she still rotates. So I don't know what happened the first time, but who cares? Let's keep moving. All right, so next, let's put on the oil pump and that windage tray. And I'm trying to remember, I think the oil pump goes first. Oil pump's on, the tray is on, I forgot what it's called. In the process of doing that, timing chain's on. I cleaned everything up. I do not have gaskets. And for the back piece where the main seal goes on, I do not have gaskets. So I must order those or see if the local store has them. Either way, I will get those. So what that means is we're not gonna flip over and start working on the top end. Little ass backwards, I know, but still, we're gonna get her done. All right. Now, what does that mean for this end? It means heads, which are our new ones, and they need to be cleaned up and painted. This has already been cleaned, and just looking at the lifters, everything's good. We're on top dead center. Just looking at everything. All right, guys, we're coming along quickly. All right, heads are on and torqued down. Oh, this thing needs to move over. All right, now, which intake are we going to use? I think that one. And she looks relatively clean. Just sit there for a second. Let me look at it. I gotta clean off a little bit. Give me a second. The only other two intakes I have are, you're in the way again, are this one, no, excuse me, is that one, which is the Offenhauser, which is gonna go on my wife's motor, and the high rise, which I think I'm gonna put on the LT1, because that's gonna go in my truck. At least that's the plan for right now until something else happens, right? All right. Why do these holes not line up? Wow. They really don't line up. I have it correct. Houston, we have a problem. All right, I need a different intake, apparently. Let's look at the high rise. Like I said, I don't want to use this one for this. Well, she definitely needs to be cleaned off though, but let's just test her first and look. See if any of the holes line up. No, they don't. We might not be able to use these heads for this until I can figure this out. Obviously, these heads came off fuel injected, which obviously have a different diameter. Ruh-roh. Well, that noise I've been hearing is y'all screaming at the screen because apparently these won't work. Not without spending thousands of dollars and getting stuff drilled out and welded and all that crap. These just need to go back with the LT1 block, simply, and we need to find another set of heads. So I wasted my time doing this. They say the water passages don't line up. Obviously the bolts don't line up. Wow. I mean, I took a gasket and put it underneath this and everything seemed to line up. I just figured everything else would, but apparently not. So I will skip the long, boring part of me taking this apart, and I'll have to find an iron set of heads. I got them in here somewhere. They're in a crate. I just don't know which one. It's a dry fit. New cast iron heads, new intake. Everything seems to look beautiful. One of these heads weighs more than two of those aluminum ones. It's amazing. Anywho, I have to go digging in crates to find all of this shit. Oh, that one says Sharon's 56 truck. That would be them because I'm stealing these heads from her. This is just temporary. These are, what are these? 401 4416. I think they're just regular smogger heads. Nothing great. Until I can search Marketplace and find some better ones, this is what we're gonna go with because we're gonna try and get this engine running. All right, let me torque all this crap down and keep going. I've been a little busy since y'all were last here. Heads are on, intake's on, water pump's on, harmonic balancer, pulleys are on, distributor is in. I believe we're timed correctly. And carburetor is not in yet. I gotta find studs. I'm not sure where those are. And I have not adjusted valves yet, but we're a lot closer. A lot closer. So I'm gonna go take lunch and then we'll be back. All right, I'm back after lunch and I'm jumping the gun here because I need to put on that little lift plate first so we can switch this out with the other motor. And I need to figure out where I put those darn bolts for this. That's a good question. I've got fuel pump on this one, alternator bracket on this one. This one is disconnected and hanging, ready to lift up, get this out of the way, and then find some place for it. And without poking a hole in the radiator. Here for today. I got that motor set down. I got that one set down. This one is ready to go. Except, remember, we have to do the seal. I will do that tomorrow. I am absolutely exhausted. It's hot in here, y'all. I'm not kidding, it's hot. Okay, yesterday, or was it the day before, I'm not sure which, I tried putting on the seal without this little rubber piece in the middle, or not rubber, plastic, this piece. And this whole piece's purpose is to fit right there so then you can slide it on, all right? Now we couldn't do it yesterday or the day before because it was on the engine stand. So let me refit this back in here. Takes just but a second, there you go. And I'm gonna switch sides here for you. And all you do, and it's supposed to go on dry. They say it goes on dry. You know, who am I to question them? All right. And then you start to push it on. But of course, you're gonna have to tap it the rest of the way. Now, oops, I pushed too hard. Now I need to get something close to that diameter. The guy in the video I watched used a 4-inch PVC and then he routed out the inside of it a little bit. That seems like too much work. So let's see what else we can find. It's basically for sanding discs. A little too big, but maybe it's enough to get me started if I just gently do it. Not really. It's not strong enough, obviously. I gotta lopsided. Gotta pull it out. Let's just see something. Caddy corner, whatever you want to call it. I'll push one side in too far than the other. There we go. Okay, I tried to get this on using the hammer, using a block of wood. I couldn't find anything big enough. So I spent the last hour and a half making something. Is it ugly? Well, yeah, but it's made out of round rod that I formed around a paint can. More round rod, and then a flat tappet lifter that is in my scrap metal, and then whatever this piece was. And let's see if I can do this. If you look at it, oh, it's caught up on the plastic. That's what it's caught up on. No biggie. Okay, not going in evenly. Something either went in or let loose. Hell, I don't know. And it didn't go in evenly. So I'm still having issues. All right. Wasn't as successful as I thought it would be. Seal's in. I've wasted half the damn day. In the end, the hammer's what worked. I got it in with the plastic sheath thing, or just got it set in there, Pulled the plastic sheath off and just started tapping all the way around. Kept going. Used a little bit of this and then finished off with this. So no one thing worked better than the other. It was a crapshoot. I got the flywheel put on. I got the starter put on. I got the radiator connected. Alternators on but not connected. I just finished doing the valves. Just need to cover them up, put the carburetor on, hook it up, hook up the fan belts, put on the exhaust, hook up the electricals, and then we should be ready to start. Yesterday, in the process of in my setbacks, I rushed a little bit, and I thought about it last night. You know, the shower is the perfect time to think about stuff, and I was thinking, I did not pay attention to how I put the flywheel or the flex plate on, and I come to check it this morning, and yes, it's on backwards. So let's fix that. Now, let's put on valve covers. We almost had an incident. I went to go get valve covers and could not figure out why they didn't fit. It's because I was using the ones for the aluminum heads, which have the center holes, not these. So then I grabbed the only set I have just to throw on here temporarily, and I didn't have any gaskets. So I was about to panic and get ready to call the store, and then lo and behold, I found a brand new set. All right, I went ahead and just plowed through everything. Recap: plugs, spark plugs, plug wires, headers, the gaskets for the headers. The fun part was plugging all the holes. There was a hole over here for a temperature sender, put that one here. Then I had a hole here and a hole here for the heater core, so I had to plug them. And the hard part was finding all the plugs. There's another temperature sender here because I ran out of plugs. I redid the fuel lines for the fuel jug to go to the mechanical fuel pump. I think we're ready to move it over there, connect the starter to the battery. And if you can hear that noise in the background, my neighbor's doing lawn stuff right now, so sorry. So let's roll her by the door, get her connected electrically, and let's fire this puppy. Oh, sorry, alternator. Upon putting the alternator on, I realized, hey, even though I have an electric fan, my water pump still needs to circulate. So I rigged this up. It's gonna rub here. It's a little loose. Don't care so long as it makes it move. All right? Now the fun part. Ugh. These wheels were not made for all this weight. Oh, fan belt. Old fan belt. Don't worry about that one. Here we go. Don't hit the car. You're gonna hit the car. We've wired it up. Battery, fuel, squirrely connection. Yeah, it's good. Don't worry. We'll see if it works. I had an extra wire. I don't remember what I had it connected to last time, so we'll see what happens. Now, I'm gonna try something different. I'm taking the noise distortion or whatever crap off my microphone. I'm putting a second microphone outside. I'm also gonna start this camera with its microphone, and I'm gonna set it outside so we see what it looks like when this thing fires. All right, nothing to it but to do it. All right, turn on the power. Ooh. She did not like that. Did we not have a good connection here? All right, she's turning over, but I'm suspecting we're missing something. And that's just water leaking out there, so don't worry about her drinking that. Even though I don't want her to drink that, I'm just saying. It's not gonna kill her. 12.35. She should be rolling. All right, so what is the problem? Let me change where I put this stupid ground. How about? Let's try that. That's my good starter. All right, let's check wiring. Well, that's a little loose. I don't understand that. The only thing I can do now is to charge it. See if that helps, because it sounds like she's dead, you know, or dying. Around with it. I redid the ground to up here. Feels good. Starter connection. I mean, look at the big, it's a big one. It's got to be fine for the power. But we're going to do a power drop test in just a second. But, and then I've got the ground going from the frame here to there. So it should be ground and set up correctly. But we still have slow turning. So it tells me it's not getting enough power. So while we're here, let's do a quick power drop test, okay? I'm gonna see how many volts is what. And hope I don't shock the shit out of myself. And we'll ground it here. And shit, that only says, now it says 12 volts. Okay, hold on. Let me get down here on the ground like it's supposed to be. All right, it says 12.63. And then we hit this. Drops to 7. So we have a problem. All right, I've messed with the negative cable. Let's mess with the positive cable and check it out. Be right back. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here. Just took this is the starter wire off. I don't think we're getting a full connection. I think I need to get a different wire. But let me just test while I'm here. Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. And I guess I do need this on here. 12.53. Here we go. Pull. Nothing. All right. Ground's bad, obviously. It's not getting enough power from this. Starter's stuck. How'd I miss that? Okay, what am I missing here? What have I done? What haven't I done? That does not look like it's touching. Let me see what other wires I've got. I have cleaned this bolt, replaced the positive with another line, replaced the negative with another line. What else have I done? Oh, we lost power to the fan, so I had to direct wire the fan through a fuse because it quit working through the relay, even though the relays quit clicking. Don't have time to mess with that. I'm at my wit's end here. We gotta refill the radiator because it's drained out some. She is getting fuel. Give her 2 little squirts. Normally she only just 1, but you know, this is an extraordinary circumstance. All right, so we have power to the coil. Everything, just hit the button, go. She's still not turning fast enough. Let's check, see if she's getting power to the coil. That's an awful small line, but it's sort of like the one that's already there, you know? And she doesn't get power until we say go, right? I don't know. Let's put it over here and look. Actually, I thought she'd be red, period. Oh, you know what? Here, get off the carburetor. Did I already flip the switch? Okay, I did. So it's on. It's just, shit, put you right there. And coil is not firing. Okay. So, what has happened to my wiring? As I disconnected the wrong thing earlier. What did I disconnect? Let's find out. And this one goes to the relay. This is the fan. Somehow the fan got disconnected. I did not do this one. Oh, you know why? Because I have a jumper connected. That's why, dummy. All right, redo that. Now put this back in here. Okay, now, how is, you know what? I'm a moron. This is to the damn, there was nothing going to, this is for the RPM. That other one that I had as the jumper was for well, I didn't do it. Okay, it's getting power. But what is it getting under cranking? Wait a minute. I'm not getting power. I don't think this ground is working. Or I don't have a connection because this pulled out. Dumbass. Now we have power. All right. This is gonna be a complete failure. Complete failure. I'm running out of time, guys. I can't work in the shop tomorrow and I go on vacation this Saturday. Frame to the block, frame to the battery for the negative. The positive is run straight to the starter, and then the jumper is run through the switch, or for the solenoid. Okay, going back to this again, I keep stepping on the wires. I now have no idea which one it is. Let's see. The thicker one. The one that's hanging. Dumbass. This whole connection's shite. All right, so what did we learn from this? It's obviously a wiring issue. We got to figure out what it is. Okay? We're going to have to fix it. I have run out of time. It's obviously a wiring issue, or a grounding issue, one of the two. I mean, you've seen my wiring, it pretty much sucks, but I'm going to rewire all of that. But the problem is I'm out of time. It's pouring rain, and I was supposed to mow the lawn, so it's going to be a jungle when I get back from vacation. So I hate to end this video on a failure, but when we get back, we'll get it running, okay? So, sorry you had to go through all that. That was a learning experience, right? Put your comments in, be nice. Let me know if you saw something that I missed. And I'll see you when I get back. So this has been Whatever Garage.